Well, we have some unlikely heroes, and the amazing thing is the younger generation, the Gen Ys, are actually passionately pro-life, and many of the young people say, that could have been me, and they're so close to this abortion and these babies, and they think, I could have been that baby. Leila Rose is just 25 years old, and she's already made a huge impact on the pro-life movement. She's also been named one of the most influential women in Washington under 35. And as David Brody reports, she's even taken on America's largest abortion provider, Planned Parenthood.
Leila Rose may not look like a brawler, but that doesn't stop her from taking the fight to the abortion industry.
To pay for drugs that are killing human life, indirectly, directly, however you want to say it, that are going to kill human life.
She doesn't back down.
If I could insist, as long as they are legal in our nation, abortions would be done in the public square.
In her battle to save the culture of life.
We're objectifying, we're dehumanizing human beings, and that is never right, and we have to stand up against that and expose it.
And expose it she has. By using hidden cameras, her group, Live Action, investigated Planned Parenthood clinics. In one incident, Rose posed as a 13-year-old, saying that she was having sexual relations with a 31-year-old. That's considered child abuse and should be reported to local authorities. Live Action's cameras captured a worker saying this instead.
I didn't hear the age. I don't want to know the age.
Her investigations have led to firings, political investigations, and media attention. She's been named one of the most influential women in Washington under 35. Critics, however, claim the undercover videos are edited in a misleading way, although Live Action provides all original footage to media outlets.
You know those liberal groups, they can't stand you. You know that. You realize that, right?
I love them all.
As one of 8 homeschooled children, Leila found her calling at a young age.
I came across a book at about 9 years old in my parents' house, bottom shelf, called A Handbook on Abortion. It looked like a history book of some sort. Was interested, opened it up, it fell to the center. And what I'm looking at is the image of a child in the first trimester, maybe 10 weeks old, newly forming arms and legs, and newly forming little face, who had been the victim of a first trimester suction abortion.
That image put her on a pro-life mission. She saw Live Action in high school and then took her cause to UCLA.
Many people in our country, especially on our college campuses, don't know the huge tragedy that's taking place.
Her activism increased and the undercover investigations began. Now, Rose's organization employs 10 full-time staff members, and they're growing.
Leila Rose and her Live Action team are known for those undercover videos exposing Planned Parenthood. But her real heart is to change the hearts and minds of young people. And so that's why she comes to places like this, in Minneapolis, in the suburbs, in a snowstorm, all to affect the next generation.
I challenge them, look, your life is a gift. Your life has a purpose. There's no greater cause than the cause for life in our country.
Inside these events, she sees this, hundreds of young, dedicated teenagers.
There's definitely passion. Like everyone I talk to, everyone who supports the cause is just super into it. There's no one that's just like mediocre about it. Everyone's just super passionate and wants it to change.
And statistics back that up. One recent study shows 51% of 18 to 29-year-olds believe abortion should either be totally illegal or only available with some exceptions.
The youth are the most pro-life generation that we have.
Sharon Wilson runs a youth program in the Minneapolis area. She says technological advances like 3D ultrasounds that can even show the babies' faces make a big difference for them.
There's a whole biological aspect of it that these kids get, that the culture of death can't push on to them because they know better. It will be this generation that will change the laws and change the hearts specifically on the areas of abortion. It's their generation that has been lost.
A key market for us as young people. I mean, we need to reach my generation and future generations.
It's why she works to teach them the importance of life.
God created us with a purpose. Before he formed us in the womb, he had a plan for us.
And Rose acknowledges that the fight she's fighting is both seen and unseen.
In all of this, there's something even deeper going on than what we can even see in front of us. There's a spiritual battle, an epic battle happening in our midst. If we become activists and go out there, even if it's the best cause, even if we're fighting for justice and righteousness and good things, but it's not being completely infused and prayer is infusing it with the Spirit of God, with the love of God, then we are nothing.
Leila Rose just wants to make her life count for something and knows all of this begins and ends with Jesus, who she calls her first friend.
Life is short, and my life could be very short. We don't know how long our lives will be. Life is, but a breath. Tomorrow we may not have it. So use today for love, for loving God, and for sharing His love and His salvific plan, His plan and purpose for each person, sharing that with everybody that we meet.
David Brody, CBN News.
What a beautiful girl and how passionate. But to think that the young people, they get it. They don't want to, they think, that could have been me. That could have been me. My mother could have aborted me. And they begin, it's so close to them, and they can see it, and they can see the horror of it, and they can see these ultrasounds, and they realize that this is a baby. This isn't a blob of tissue. And all the lies that are being put out by Planned Parenthood go right over their head. They don't buy it. They want the truth.